Hey guys, how's it going? I'm MegaGWolf and welcome to Let's Play Don't Starve. Now this is a game I said I was going to Let's Play quite a while ago, but never got around to doing it purely because of Rogue Legacy and Spelunky. But now that those games are out of the way, I finally have a chance to get to the game I've wanted to play on the channel for a very long time. Now for those of you who don't know what Don't Starve is, you're going to be in for a pleasant surprise, because I recommend this game to anyone who likes a good survival game with a very specific style to it. It's actually quite nice. And so what I've decided to do is wipe everything. I've wiped my characters, my progression throughout the game, purely because I felt a bit like I'd cheated since an update for some reason gave me all of the characters, so that was a bit weird. I don't know. But we're going to be using Wilson, since he's the only one that we can use, and he grows a magnificent beard. That is his ability, per se. Oh, where'd the music go? I don't think I've ever had that happen before. Anyway, we're just going to start, and I'll explain things from there. And the objective of the game, funnily enough, is to not starve. You would think that, wouldn't you? Of course, hopefully we won't starve. I mean, dying of starvation is not a pretty way to go. I would not necessarily say I've had the experience, because, well, I'm here. That would indicate that I have not starved. I imagine. I think. I don't know where this is going. Say, pal, you don't look so good. You better find something to eat before night comes, see? Yeah. I don't know why that's always the voice I've given Maxwell, because he's, I don't know, he kind of suits that style. So, as you can see, we have various HUD arrangements here. We have our inventory at the bottom, we have our crafting at the side, we have the day and time, as well as how much health, hunger, and sanity we have. So it is, as I stated before, a survival game. So we have to collect items to aid in that survival. We have to collect sticks and grass and flint that we find on the floor. These are the primary 3 items you need to really get at the beginning of the game, because it makes most of the basic tools. Maybe not so much the grass, although the grass is still useful for various reasons. So we'll be picking up some sticks. We'll mainly be picking up the flint. And you may notice that there's no background music. It's only noises. I'm going to have the sound effects quite high, hopefully not droning even, out my own voice. Or the trains. I mean, you wouldn't want to miss those. But, damn you! But basically, this game is very sound-driven. And it indicates to you a lot of things. When you're hearing terrible things in the distance, you know something's about to murder you. That happens quite often, by the way. So I imagine I know pretty much what I'm doing for the most part. So we're gonna need to, since we have some items, we have some twigs and some flint. He can actually say stuff about it. It's a very sharp rock, and it's a bunch of small twigs. Thank you for that. We can actually make an axe. As you can see here, it requires 1 twig and 1 flint out of the 3 and 14 we have here. Let's make this axe. Here we go. And we'll chop down this tree. And then the music kicks in. That's nice. So basically, yeah, there is music occasionally. I tell a lie. I'm sorry. Usually happens at the beginning of a day or when something relevant happens, I think. So we will need some wood to get ourselves a basic fire, a basic campsite to survive the night. This game's nighttime is killer. If you do not have something to light your way throughout the nighttime, you basically get insta-killed. So I imagine playing this blind would have been a fun thing. But I've had this game for a long time, and back then it didn't have half the stuff it has now, so I don't think it would have been such a interesting little project. But hey, for the time, I know most of what I'm doing for the most part. There have actually been a few updates I don't really know what I'm doing, which makes sense, because I mean, I haven't played this in a while, so chances are we still will meet some stuff or see some stuff I haven't really experienced. For example, I haven't even bothered looking in the caves yet, so that's really going to be quite interesting. So, going in this with a fair amount of knowledge is probably the best way, in my opinion, to experience it, because it means that, you know, these earlier episodes won't be as like, what do I do? Where do I go? I have an axe. I want to kill this bunny. Why is he running away from me? Although I must say, I'm very annoyed. Very annoyed they changed the bunny AI. I mean, it makes complete sense. But I always loved intercepting those little bastards as they were running towards their home and just slaughtering them for my food, of course. Not for pleasure. I wouldn't do it for pleasure. Okay, I did it for pleasure, but still. It was a good source of food. What can I say? Food is a very scarce thing in this game, even though there are like 10,000 berry bushes back there. Oh, don't tell me there's a swamp already. No, just a pond, I think. Well, okay. So, as you can see here, the clock here is going into the orange or the reddish part, which is the sunset. The sun is going down. You better prepare yourself for the worst kind of phase. And obviously the dark blue portion is the complete darkness part of night. We have to basically get our tools ready to be able to make sure we can survive the night. So I should really chop down this tree to get a bit more wood. I think I have enough food for the most part to make it through the night when it comes to keeping my hunger up to maximum. Because I generally don't want to try and take more food than I need because of spoilage. That's what the green background on the food means. If it starts to go down, then it just means the food is spoiling. Which takes a while, but it's better to just keep it on the bush if you can, because, I mean, then it just doesn't spoil at all, and that's a fairly useful thing. Oh, do we actually have enough for the... Oh, we do! We have enough for the grass suit. The grass suit is a piece of armor, the first piece of armor you can make. That is the main reason to get the grass, I imagine, is probably for that extra protection, because that allows you to basically take some more hits. It doesn't directly take damage instead of your health, but it's a good way to reduce how much you take anyway, and basically stops you from dying in 2 hits, which doesn't happen too often, thankfully, although I have heard of tales of when it does happen, which is always fun. I'm looking forward to when that finally happens to me one day, but... Okay, so we're going to have to set up our way to... let's quickly run down this path, I guess. Oh, well, that was a... I hear bees. Yep, bees. You see, like I said, very sound-driven, very atmospheric. You can hear things off in the distance and kind of figure out what they are. But at the same time, this game can play tricks on you as well, which is... I would recommend this game to anyone. I mean, if you have a really good first impression of this already, or if you've seen other people play it, if you haven't picked up this game, I'd highly recommend it. They're doing quite good, consistent updates monthly, I believe, for the time being. I don't know if they're going to stop soon, but anyway, it's getting pretty late. We're going to need to build a campfire. So, campfires are actually quite interesting. They don't stay lit, obviously. We have to keep fueling them with various wood pieces and grass and stuff. And as you can see, it's hit nighttime now. So now the whole world is going to go extremely dark. And if we were to go out into the darkness, we would get attacked by an unknown mysterious force. So don't do that. That's not a good idea. I'm going to be cooking my berries and carrots, though. Because I do believe, for the most part, most foods effectively work better when you cook them. There you go, that was a fairly good. And then we got berry bush here. I can just get some of them, cook them up, and we'll pretty much have full food for the next day. Or at least for the most part. So, you can always click on the fire to check how the fuel is doing. Add a few more twigs on there. There we go. I think we'll survive the night fairly easily. Let's see. What else could we do for the next day? Oh, I need to... yeah, we could have the garland. Because, let me tell you, sanity effects in this game? Oh man, when I get to that portion, it's gonna be a thing. Let me just tell you. I will pick up the flowers then to prepare myself, I guess. I don't know, I like the garland. I think it increases your sanity or decreases how fast it goes down. I'm not exactly sure. I haven't checked the wiki or anything in ages, so I don't really know the finer details. I imagine, for the most part, if there's a night now, for example, I'm showing you the first night, but if there's a nighttime that is really not that productive, I might just skip it, just to save the time of me standing there and doing sod all, basically. Well, what was that? I was learning something there. There's a lot of food, I must say. I'm quite lucky at the moment for the naturally spawning food, because usually I have terrible luck when it comes to that stuff, but I seem to be having berry bushes and carrots everywhere. which is quite useful. Let's grab some while we're here. We'll grab the flowers too. Sorry, butterfly, I'm taking your flowers. I know you were using them, but I don't care, to be quite honest. Really, now what we need to do is try and find some rocks. We need to find some rocks to basically get stone and gold to set up our base of operations. From there, we can do a lot more, like create a research center, and I'll explain more about that later. I'm getting ahead of myself. We need to find a stone area. Let's have a look at the map. Okay, let's have a little look. Where can we go from here? If we go back to the path, we might be able to find something that way. Because usually I like following paths and then spreading out from the path, because that way you can move around quicker. When you're on a path, you move a lot quicker than you do when you're on just grassland. So that's pretty useful. Oh my god, what is it with all these berry bushes everywhere? Seriously, the map generation has very much been in my favor today. Ah, there we go. Oh, here's the edge of the... Oh, that's the edge of the path already. Oh, that's kind of a bit of a pathetic path. I was hoping for a bit more than that. Let me pick up these flowers. Where the hell did that butterfly come from? Oh my god. It's a butterfly spawning plant. The rarest sight you've ever seen. I only need one more to be able to make my garland. So this is a forest area. Oh, there's a wormhole there. I could use that, I guess. And there's a second path. Alright, we'll go on the second path just to see where that leads us. We only need one more flower. There we go. Pick up that. And we should be able to make the garland. Pretty! Fair enough. I like that already. Okay, so yeah, it seems like the music kicks in halfway through the day. Because I noticed it did that on the first morning as well. I don't know if there's a specific reason for that. Maybe it's to indicate that it's halfway through the day. That might be it, actually. Wouldn't be surprised. Oh, there's a grassy area up there. I want to continue knocking down a few trees just to get some more wood, because I believe I need wood, or at least a good amount of wood for the second type of fire pit. Oh, I only need two. I primarily need stone, though. Okay, fair enough. The second type of fire is basically one that is permanent, and that's a good way of setting up your base operations, is setting up a permanent fire, permanent campfire. Whereas the other one, you can keep going, but once it dies out, that's it. It disappears. So it's pretty useful as a temporary source of light, but for the most part, you'll want to set up a permanent fire pit, essentially. Okay, is this a big grass area? Looks like it ends over here, but there might be... Ah, some stone. Excellent. Alright, so do I have enough? I think I have enough, yeah. Two in the... Yeah, okay, I have enough. I'm going to make myself a pickaxe. Now, this is just a normal rock. You can tell the rocks that have gold in it a lot easier because they have a specific pattern on it. I don't actually know what this stuff does yet. This... God, I don't even know how to say that. I'm not even going to try and pretend I know how to say that, because it probably has some kind of weird pronunciation. And I just look at it in a literal way. I don't know. You'll have to tell me. But we're just going to be mining the stone for the time being to hopefully get enough to create a permanent place to call home for the time being. Although I would like to find some gold, purely because I want to make the research lab. Oh, it's getting late. Alright. Oh, there's another wormhole. I wonder if this is the exit of the one that we saw on the map before. That'd be interesting, I guess. It'd be an easy way to get from A to B. The only problem about going into wormholes is it affects your sanity a bit, because, well, let's face it, if you were one that was gonna do that, you'd kind of go nutso bonkers just because, like, I'm jumping in a thing and it's leading me somewhere I don't know. That is not a good sign, I imagine. Alright, so we have enough of the stone to make the permanent fire pit, which I might do around this area since there's some rocks nearby. We might find some gold. Plus, we need to find a place to store or to stay anyway, just in general. What is up here, though? Anything of interest, apart from all the food ever? Wow, I got, like, the best spawn. This is ridiculous. I've never had spawning as good as this before. Alright, we only have 9% in our pickaxe, too, so we won't be able to mine another rock. I'll have to just make another pick. Seriously, there's food everywhere! What is this? It's like, don't get fat, the game now! What happened? Seriously. My luck is ridiculous right now. I'm going to continue following this path for as long as I can while it's still sunset. Because I might be able to find a gold rock, which would be useful. Extremely useful. What is this? Looks like a dark forest. Oh, spiders! Okay, don't really want to go near you for the time being. I'll stick around this area and go up there during the day, because spiders don't really bug you that much during the day. Another wormhole! Jeez, I'm Stargate SG-1 up in this bitch right now. All the wormholes everywhere. Alright. So, let's see. Some more rocks over there. I guess I could just waste my pickaxe so it's not taking space. So I'm going to survive the second night, just to show you again, I suppose, to see what the night is like. Even though it's not really going to be much different until later on. But just for the sake of rounding up the days, I think. Yeah, there seems to be... Oh, shit! Oh, it's getting a bit later than I realised. Better put that there. So you do have a brief moment of time to be able to prepare yourself as it's turning night if you forget. But I'd rather just get it done preemptively, because that way I don't die in a fire. Although you can't die in a fire. I can run over this and be fine. Having said that, you can die in a fire in a different way, which I could quickly show off, since I am a pyromaniac at heart. I wouldn't actually do this. Don't do this, kids. It's not good for you. Let's light this grass on fire. Whee! Oh god. I didn't take any damage though. That's nice. So yes, with the torch you can set things on fire. It's actually a really good way of getting fuel for your campfire, because you can get charcoal from burning trees down. And it does have a spread effect, so be careful where you're doing it, I suppose, for the most part. Oh yeah, my garland has a health meter, because essentially it's a rotting plants. I mean, what you gonna do? Anyway, I'm gonna end up wrapping up with this end of day 2. If you enjoyed this, throw us a like. It's a little bit of a different game for me to let's play, but I've seen other people do it before, and I do admit that it's a very enjoyable little experience to behold. So yes, throw us a like if you enjoyed this and want to see more, and I'll see you on the next days of Don't Starve. Okay, thanks, bye.